What's up, guys? I'm back from WrestleMania, and what a weekend it was for me. So it's time to get back to work, guys. And as you know, every episode going forward is brought to you by Total Wireless, the official wireless provider of UFC. They're in your corner with unlimited 5G data that will not slow you down. Guys, some interesting things have happened since I was in Vegas for WrestleMania. And the most interesting thing to me is this Dricus Plessis, Khamzat Chimaev, Caio Borralho trifecta. There's another guy involved who isn't as vocal, but he needs to be involved because we know he's on the verge of something very big. And Luis, I will have tracked down this video for you guys to add it into the video whenever we're done, because there's a camera angle of Caio Borralho having a conversation with me, and someone reads his lips in regards to who he said he wants to fight next. I can neither confirm or deny if that fight is happening. I just know what he said or who he said he wanted to fight. But first off, let's start at the top, right? Let's give you the backstory. Kevin Iole said that Dricus Plessis hurt. That then riled up the number one contender, who is Khamzat Chimaev, who just beat Robert Whittaker and rightfully deserves a chance to fight for the belt now. It's been so long that we thought that this guy would be fighting for the belt, if not the champion, that it's time. And these guys have enough bad blood to carry a fight and get everybody excited. So, Khamzat, this guy big as bullshit, is what he put on X. That's it. Classic Dagestan, that region type of fighter response. So the champion then says, let's take a look at the last 2.5 years and tell me who's bullshit. All right, here's what we had. Last 2.5 years. Khamzat in 2023 to 25. Khamzat fought Kamaru Usman in 2023. He fought Robert Whittaker in 2024. That's it. He fought Nate Diaz in 2022. Dricus Plessis in that same time fought Derek Brunson in 2023. He fought Robert Whittaker in 2023. He fought Sean Strickland in 24. Israel Adesanya in 24. Sean Strickland again in 2025. So when the champion says that, right, and he states nothing but facts, you go, well, Khamzat, I get it, right? I get it, Khamzat. You want your title fight. You're ready now. You feel like it's your time. I don't know why you didn't get frustrated before, because it's been your time to be fighting for a championship. But when the champ goes, hey, I've been around, I've been fighting, where have you been? That's 5 fights to 2 fights. There's no denying the flat-out evidence that Dricus has been more active than Khamzat Chimaev. With that being said, when a champion goes down, the UFC does look to interim title fights. Had this happened 10 years ago, Dricus Plessis gets hurt after fighting Sean Strickland only a couple months ago in what was it, February? He fought him in February. He gets hurt. Nobody would have said anything. There would not have been a whisper about an interim championship. But because interim titles are easier to access today than they were before, everybody calls for it. So Caio Borralho says, hey, man, what about me? I'm undefeated. I've beaten everybody they put in front of me. I beat Jared Cannonier, who fought for the belt. Why don't I fight Khamzat Chimaev for the interim championship? Caio Borralho is such an interesting character because he's so good and he's so brave. Because for a while, guys, no one was calling Khamzat Chimaev out. Nobody. Was the Kamaru Usman fight enough of a eye-opener for the contenders to go, well, Usman did it on short notice, smaller. I can fight this guy. Or is the belt so valuable? I don't know. But for Borralho, it's worth it. He's like, I'm in. I know a guy. Then he said that Khamzat said yes to the fight. He said that the fight's available to happen. He said, let's do it. I got a problem with it, though. There's no reason for an interim championship fight. I'm going to just put it out there. If there's an interim title fight, being that Dricus just fought very recently, it would be, in my opinion, one of the most unjust interim titles made in recent UFC history. People will say, oh, well, Tom Aspinall fought Sergey Pavlovich for an interim title. When that happened, Luis, put that in the chat. When was that fight? 2023 or 2024? Because I remember when John Jones fought against Cyril Gane for the belt, March of 2022, maybe? Aspinall didn't fight against Sergey Pavlovich till November 23, I believe. So it had been like 18 months before they fought. Lou, put Jones versus Cyril Gane. Was that 2023 too? So yeah, 6 months. Dricus fought 2 months ago. 2 months ago. So to make an interim title, I think it's just unfair. And look, sure, Jones fought 6 months before the belt, right? Jones gone, March. But prior to that, Jones hadn't fought since he fought Dominic Reyes in Abu Dhabi. That's not the case with Duplessis. Duplessis has fought 5 times over the course of 2 years. He's active. He's fighting people. Look, the boy's a double champ. I'm your favorite podcaster. And now I'm an official role partner. Fellas, whether you're in or you're out of that bedroom with your partner, significant other, you got to satisfy those needs. It's as important as it comes, guys. And one thing about Ro, when you're in that bedroom, Ro Sparks got your back with his long-lasting functionality. 2-in-1 prescription treatment for guys who just want a little more control of those erections. You know them old thing get away from you every now and again if you're not careful. And it don't take long either, because after they dissolve, they work in about 15 minutes on average. Hey, I love that. You gonna love that. So, if prescribed, new sexual health patients get $15 off of your first order of Rose Sparks on a recurrent plan. So if prescribed, new sexual health patients, you get $15 off of your first order of Sparks on a recurrent plan. So connect with a provider at ro.co/DCTV to find out if prescription Rose Sparks are right for you. That's ro.co/DCTV for $15 off of your first order. Hey, y'all don't have to thank me yet, but you will thank me later when you get on those Rose Sparks. Let's go. He's a champion that defends the belt, and he's beating all the biggest names in that weight class. He's beaten Adesanya. He's beaten Strickland twice. He's beaten Robert Whittaker. He really has beaten all the guys that we have come to know at middleweight. There is no need for an interim title fight, but I do believe that this fight could happen. But then what does that do for Imavov? Luis, I'll tell you the TikTok handle that person had. I'll have to ask Lil Daniel. He showed it to me. I'm talking to Kyle Bohalio in Miami. His cameraman is talking to me. We're sitting there, and he's recording. Kyle Bohalio then tells me who he wants to fight. That's as far I'm going to go. Who he wants to fight. Right? You take and do what you want with the information. The cameraman then cuts the audio. People somehow take the video, scan close to Bohalio, and read his lips. They read his lips. It's on Instagram right here. That boy Luis is something else, man. He fast. Luis fast. Yeah. Me and Kyle are talking. Look at that. They throw the name over. And I say that'll be a great fight. That'll be a great fight. So where does that put him in all this? If Imavov is the guy that he was going to fight, where does that put Imavov in all of this? He's the guy that just knocked out Izzy. He beat Izzy worse than we've seen Izzy get beat by just about anybody. Izzy, by the way, told me at WrestleMania he wants to fight again. He's getting that itch and he's excited. What about Imavov? I would love to see Kyle Bahalio fight Khamzat Chimaev. I think it would be fun. Not for an interim title, but I think it would be fun. But then what does it do for Imavov, who's rolling right now? He's rolling. He's on fire. He deserves the opportunity to fight one of those guys. Everything was so clean at 185. This injury mucks it up a little bit because the champion is now not available to the division. What does it do for him? If I'm Imavov, I'm saying, listen, I want to be involved. This trifecta becomes a foursome because I need to be involved. I don't care what you're doing. Whatever you're doing needs to involve me because I have earned that. I have done. When Brendan Allen was riding hot, I beat him. You told me to fight Izzy, I beat him. I have earned my chance to fight one of the best. And granted, an interim title fight does not seem as exciting when you input Imavov over maybe Bahalio, but just a big fight, not from an interim title, as I'm saying it should be. Imavov deserves to be there, man. Let's call a spade a spade. He deserves to be there. And I hope that they don't forget about this dude because this dude has earned his opportunity to fight in that level of competition with those level of guys. It's true. But we need to give Dricus du Plessis his flowers and put some respect on that dude's name. Every time he fights, we start in retroactively talking about his greatness. Oh, man, I'm so tired. I cannot believe that I did it again. I cannot believe I doubted him again. Now it's time to respect him as a champion. One time, Cain Velasquez was out for 2.5 years. It was almost 2 years before Fabricio fought for the interim championship. It took that long. But because now we've had more interim champs, I mean, Dustin Poirier was an interim champ whenever he fought Khabib. We've seen so many other interim champions. But when you go back and think about it, when Max Holloway was the interim champ going into Jose Aldo, he had waited a long time before him and Anthony Pettis fought for that interim championship. Doesn't need to happen in this case. This champion deserves the ability to deal with his injury. And sure, Khamzat's frustrated. But yeah, I'm frustrated. I wanted to see Khamzat fight for the belt 2 years ago. That's how special he is and how good he is. I thought he should have been fight for the belt. Whether it was 170 or 185, I don't care. He's that special. He should have fought for the belt already. But now I think he's going to have to wait. But then what happens? Is he willing to wait? Dricus told you he hasn't been that active. It's all time wasted. You only get to be young once. You got to fight. And if you got to make a fight, Bahalio seems like a great answer to that. Just please, UFC, take care of Imavov. Give him a fight that matters. Only problem with that is Imavov's kind of beaten most of the other guys that do matter. He hasn't beat Robert Whittaker. But, I mean, it's that level of fight, if you ask him to step aside, that you have to present him with in order to do right by him. Boy, 185 is good right now. 185 is good right now. It's been good because we have a fighting champion. But now there's a lot of questions. And when there's questions, we all wait for the day that we get some answers. Look, it's interesting. I love it. Interim title? No. Any of those three dudes matched up, I'm all in. Guys, thank you for watching again. Until next time, like, subscribe, and tell your friends about my YouTube channel. We are at over 400,000 subscribers. That's crazy. I'm so excited. I appreciate you guys every day of my life. Until next time, peace.